Okay, we're going to add some beads to this tail. So first off, you're going to need a beading needle. This is the brand I use. It's from Hobby Lobby. It has a colored eye on it, so it's a little bit easier to thread. So you're going to want to tie off one single strand of your embroidery floss. And then you're going to decide where you're going to put your beads. On this particular tail, I make it almost like a V shape coming from those little indentions at the end of the tail towards the center. I'm using these long, thin beads as a way to show kind of almost like a line on the tail itself. So I'll come up from the back. I'll bead one single of these beads onto the needle. You can see here it's a single one. You slide it down against the felt, and then you're going to want to go back through the felt just past the end of the bead. And this will tack the bead down against the felt. Now, instead of coming right back up through the felt before, I'm going to go ahead and bead the back at the same time. So I'm going to add one more bead, and this essentially will be the second bead on the back side of the tail. So you'll go ahead and tack it down right at the end of the bead, just like you did on the front. And now essentially you'll have two beads in a row, one on the back, one on the front. But now you're going to go back in and add that second front bead by adding one to your needle on this side. And then you'll want it to match right back up where that first bead ended. And this will give you like a little line of beads, like so. And then you're going to accomplish the same thing by flipping it over and adding a bead on the back as well. You don't have to put beads on both sides, and in this particular project, I am doing a double-sided shrimp, so I do want the beads on both sides, but it's also pretty easy to just add it on the back instead of jumping with your needle, barren, which you can also do. So then you're just gonna repeat the process by going right back through the felt on the other side, and you're gonna add the beads front, back again to come back to the other end. There you go. You have your 2 lines of double beads on both the front and the back. Now I'll tie this off by pulling the thread through and knotting it a couple times just on one side. Kind of do this right at the base of the bead to just also help hold the bead in place. And then I'll pull the thread through before I clip it off just to help manage that thread tail a little bit so it's not hanging around. But you'll see here you've got a nice line of beads on both the front and back.